I gonna do? She's gonna be here any minute. This place is a pigsty.
Blanche, it looks gorgeous.
Don't sit. I just fluffed. Honey, dust the table.
I just did.
Well, do it again. God, I wish she wasn't coming. I just hate her.
I can't believe you hate your sister.
I despise her. Oh, I wish I'd gotten a...
Sophia, really fantastic.
I know. Did you see that Emma Jane eat?
Oh.
I could not believe my eyes. That woman must weigh 275 pounds. She never stopped shoving it in. And then she had to talk the entire time. She just sprayed food out all over the table like a mist.
And presses until it's chased away by, you know what.
No, what, Rose? A highway patrolman?
Dorothy.
What?
A big belch.
You couldn't say belch. What is it, a Viking curse?
Well, it's not the nicest word in the world.
Ma, how dare you?
How dare I what? I was trying to help.
Ma, can you get it through your head that I do not need your help? Now, please, Ma, get off my back.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't you raise your voice to your mother.
And stop smothering me and give me some space.
Space?
Are you quiet?
I'm whispering.
I don't mean now. I mean then.
Oh, it's very quiet. I'm very quiet. I don't scream.
Somebody asked me about Frank Sinatra.
We were asking Rose why she's nervous about seeing her daughter.
Then try to stay on the subject. Why are you nervous, Rose?
Well, I'm nervous because I made Kirsten executor of my will, and I have to go over the documents with her.
Well, honey, she's a big girl. I mean, this may not be the most pleasant conversation you two will have.
We always did our own plumbing on the farm. Of course, we didn't actually get plumbing till I was 18.
Rose, tell me something. How difficult would it be for us to repair that bathroom ourselves?
Well, it wouldn't be difficult at all.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. It's a crazy idea.
You got that right.
I can't believe that Stan has the nerve to show his face at this wedding.
A man has a right to see his daughter get married.
I never should have called him.
You never should have married him. Hi.
Oh, hi, Blanche.
Oh, my little wedding, a gentleman. I realize this time it's only Stan, but next time it could be somebody appealing or charming or at least reasonably good looking. No offense, Stan.
None taken. Dorothy, could we talk for a minute?
Of course, for a minute. Come on.
You bring your wife with you, or did you make her stay home and clean out her toy box?
Where you could do both jobs at the same time. But everyone hated Minky. Well, he seemed to take great pleasure in giving other people pain. They hated him so much that nobody ever went to the dentist or the library. In 1938, you could tell if someone was from St. Olaf. They were illiterate and they had teeth that looked like Indian corn.
Couldn't she just get stew meat like she usually does?
Dorothy, now don't be upset. The poor little thing was lost. He followed me home.
Oh, come on, Rose, you drive to the market. How did he follow you home? In a taxi?
Well, he looked so hungry and sad. I couldn't just...
Weeks ago. I got the heart of a 12-year-old. Rose, whatever you want to do is fine with me. I just like being with you. Hey, I better pack my stuff.
Arnie?
Yeah.
Forgive me, sweetheart. Why don't you just get me a litter box to keep next to my nightstand?
Rose, is that a wedding cake you're making?
Yeah, it's my wedding present to little Joni Winston.
Oh, Joni Winston's getting married. How lovely. I wonder how she'll fix the hair on her ears.
Berta's gonna be here in 45 minutes. I don't think you have time to make a cake. 45 minutes? In 45 minutes I can bake 2 cakes and knit you a sweater. Out of my way. The maestro approaches the podium.
I hope Sophia finishes in time. You can't give a good birthday party without a cake.
Yeah, I seem to recall a party with 3 cakes that was not...
And then one night at the country club, possibly during little Mei Ling's coming out party. Dorothy's having the time of her life when she goes to the powder room and she overhears the towel lady telling Mrs. Steinbeck that Dorothy's husband.
Get that no member of your family was ever a returning champion on Jeopardy.
Anyway, that's why I have to speak. Oh, I've dreaded this day coming. I just can't do it.
Rose, calm down. Honey, now listen, I know an easy way to get through this. The way he told me the truth about what happened.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I did. I told you so.
Honey, I'm sorry for not believing you. There's no excuse for my behavior.
There most certainly isn't.
I guess when it came down to it, I didn't believe you because I didn't want to.
Nobody ever believes me when I'm telling the truth. I guess it's the curse of being a devastatingly beautiful woman.
Oh, please.
The only other woman who could possibly understand what I've been through is Priscilla Presley. And Susan Anton. No, not Susan Anton. Even my husband didn't believe me on my wedding night when I told him he was the first.
But George wasn't your first.
Well, he didn't know that. The point is, he didn't believe me.
Look, Blanche. Blanche, I'm sorry.
Michael, don't straighten up and give that boy the love and attention he deserves. I will kick your uppity butt till hell won't have it again. She'll call us right back. She has to wake up the Yankee.
Well done, Blanche.
Oh, absolutely. Nice.
Your daughter is a very good player, Sophia. She must have picked it up from you, huh?
How do you know I'm a good bowler?
Because you were so good at bocce ball. Remember, we played together once?
Oh, yeah, after the grape harvest. Boy, that was a nice afternoon. And make your marble cake.
And he liked me.
Oh, Blanche, how do you know that?
Because he kept saying, Blanche, how do you feel? I wanted to say, wouldn't you just like to know, big boy?
I hate psychiatrists. They blame everything on the mothers.
Sophia, he didn't blame you.
You heard what he said.
I'm sorry. Look, we have to do something about the roof. It's getting worse.
Forget it. You know how Blanche is. She'll wait for the ceiling to cave in on her before she'll do anything.
Blanche, listen, we really have to talk about the roof.
Dorothy, I already called the repair man. Last night, the damn ceiling caved in on my bedroom.
Why are you so cranky today?
I'm not cranky. I'm gassy. I had one of those Weight Watchers broccoli au gratins for lunch. Boy, that stuff's murder. I'm surprised Lynn Redgrave has a friend in the world.
Guess. Nobody asked you. Was I talking to you? I'm talking to my daughter. To me, you don't exist.
And who's driving you to your niece's wedding in California?
Salvador, you're upsetting Papa. Would you please find a mechanic? It's freezing in here.
My course is freezing in here. Mr. Ziti for brains decides to take a shortcut through Chicago.
Stalic 17? I went for a walk. I couldn't sleep. I had a nightmare.
Tell me about it, Sophia. Sometimes I can interpret dreams.
Blanche sold the house, and I wound up back at Shady Pines.
This is a tough one.
Dorothy, please don't send me back.
I am not sending you back to Shady Pines.
So, when I turned 17, I told my father that I wanted to take acting lessons.
What did he say?
No.
Great story, Rose. But you know what? Hollywood's not a bad idea.
Well, what do you say?
Your father's on the phone.
Ma, Pop's been dead for 15 years.
Oh, you're right. I'm getting old. I meant, what's for dinner?
Mail call. Rose. Dorothy.
Thank
Here
you.
you go, Sophia. Oh.
Empty, lonely, solar-heated waterbed.
No need to say a word. I understand. Here you go, honey.
Dorothy, wait. Chrissy, there is nothing to discuss.
Oh, but Stickman. I mean, the girl flew all the way from...
You're telling me that you're not going to take me back?
Yes, Stanley, that's right.
Let me get this straight. You're definitely not going to take me back?
Look, Stanley, I'm sorry.
Dorothy, I'd like to hear the rest of this, but I better get down to the lobby and grab Chrissy before somebody else does.
not just because I do your laundry.
Michael, we were just having breakfast. Would you join us?
Well, that's the best offer I've had all morning.
Hey, you know, it wouldn't hurt if you back your kid up a little more.
Mama, it's just that I hate to see Michael making all the wrong choices. You know what I mean?
How could I know? Mike.
I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Blanche, I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Goodness, I better sit down. Dorothy just said she had bad news.
Oh, well, since you got here first, you go ahead and tell her
No,
your
you
bad-
go ahead.
No, really.
Look, I insist.
Is a real live cowboy.
Morty Fishbein is a real live cowboy.
He's from Amarillo, Texas. He was the Grand Marshal of the B'nai B'rith Rodeo for 3 years straight. Who better to go with to a barbecue?
And you also have a sister who loves you. And Pop's knows. Ma, you're not leaving. You're staying here with Rose and Blanche and me.
I have to deal with 400 people in Simpsons t-shirts trying to knock 25 cents off your I lost my ass in Vegas cup.
Is my cup out there? I don't want to sell my cup.
Come on, Blanche. There's nothing wrong with Rose having a yard sale. Right, Ma?
Here, Blanche, taste this.
Ma!
Look, Rose, I just hate the idea of a yard sale, but if you're really trying to get rid of your stuff, well, I'll take it off your hands for, say, $50.
Okay, but a deal's a deal. I don't want to hear you say you didn't get your money's worth just because something doesn't fit right or smells bad or makes strangers look at you and giggle.
To our home. My kids would have been clear across the country. I couldn't bear to lose them, so I stayed.
Your children are over 30. You're still staying for them?
I couldn't leave her because of all the things we're
Oh,
going
look,
on.
I don't want to hear about it. Oh, my God, I'm storming out to the bathroom.
Will you look at what we have? We make each other happy.
You lied to me. I'm not ready to go back to work yet.
Are you depressed about Glenn?
No, I'm depressed because Phyllis George left the morning news. Of course I'm depressed about Glenn. I mean, for 3 weeks, he made me the happiest woman in the world.
The kid's from burning the school down before the other teacher gets back.
No, normally you'd be right, but this class knows that I'm filling in for the whole semester. And I must say, it's really nice having the same class every day and watching them grow and learn. And of course, they're not trying any of that usual substitute shenanigans.
I just want to keep the record straight. Besides, Blanche has had experience in that area. Maybe she can give you some advice.
Oh, I certainly can. In the first place, never check in as Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Always check in as Mr. and Mrs. Don Shula.
What?
That way you always get a
Fee up. Blanche got a new car.
Yeah, we're all gonna pile in and go cruising. You wanna go with us?
No, I think I'll just stay home tonight. I feel, like, just sitting.
Me too. I think I'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah, it's kind of late. I'm a little tired.
Blood. 40% off? Oh, you bet she's easy. Sure, Dorothy will love that. Okay, Frank. I'll set it up. Gotta go.
Who is that?
A florist. Guess who just got a terrific deal?
I'll tell you what, I'll drop the film off when I pick up our tickets to the Philharmonic today.
Philharmonic?
Yep. Beethoven Sonata number 29. 1 week from tonight, just you and me under the stars. Ma, aren't you excited?
I'm lactating. What's the difference? You get to see Kevin Costner's buns in both of them.
Well, maybe I can't teach Steve anything about the game, but I can encourage him and give him a shot of self-esteem. Some people are great artists, some are great musicians. I have but one talent.
Come on, Ed.
You walk out that door, Missy, you can forget about coming back. Lucy! Lucy!
I'm sorry, I'm looking for Rose Nyland. I'm an old friend. Rose! It's me, Thor!
Thor? Thor Anderson! I can't believe it! Oh, everybody, this is Thor Anderson.
Hi, everybody.
Charge of cheese. Or Lincoln, great statesman or gas guzzler?
Idiots in positions of power.
Good one.
Pussycat.
You are kidding.
I'm afraid not. He's a damn fine doctor, too. I wish I were half the doctor he is. By the way, I'll be performing your surgery tomorrow.
You can't catch what Dorothy has.
Well, then it must just be sympathy pains. Ooh.
Blanche, we're going to be late. Now, come on, let's go.
No, I don't think we ought to dance tonight. Rose is just not right. Now, we ought to be down at that hospital with Dorothy.
Sophia's with her. She's out of surgery and she's fine. Now, come on, let's go.
Your bed. You hurt yourself looking for them. They ask you what those spots on your hands are. They tell you they love you, and then just before total exhaustion sets in, they go home and become their mother's problems.
But what about the good things, like Mother's Day?
I'm glad. You know, we've been so worried about you.
Well, I guess you can cry just so long and eat just so much. Then you have to pull yourself together and get on with your life. Besides, there'll be other Richards. Of course, they won't be as charming or as handsome or as rich. I better stop. I'm starting to depress myself again.
Sophia, look!
I'm busy.
What are you doing?
It's Tuesday night. I'm cleaning out my purse.
Did all that stuff come out of your purse?
No, I was also cleaning out my ears. That's where the phenomen in the rain bonnet came from.
Sophia, why are you in such a bad mood?
As it turns out, it wasn't such a bad thing to do. The stuff tasted great, and Salvador decided to market it. At first, it didn't move so well. Linguine with ear salve on a menu doesn't look too appetizing. But once he changed the name to pesto sauce, it moved like hotcakes.
For a group hug.
Oh, honey. Of course not.
What are you doing?
We're having a group hug.
Well, knock it off. The neighbors will get the wrong idea. By the way, I just called Harriet McConnell to cancel
Beendorf. Oh, it was just a platonic thing. We just went out to the movies and dinner. But when George came home on leave, he was furious. He accused me unjustly of infidelity while he was off fighting in some foreign land, some God-forsaken land where people didn't even believe in Jesus. And he forbade me ever to see Andrew again. So, of course, I didn't. Sir, if that is the kind of respect you have for genuine Elvis memorabilia, then I kindly suggest you hand these over and remove yourself from my property.
Blanche! Blanche, I can't believe that you did that. I mean, they're just a silly salt and pepper shaker.
The king is gone, Dorothy.
Oh, I can't say no to Lily. I have to go. Oh, I mean, I said no to her when she asked me to come live with her, but I can't say no when she asked me to come visit. And I know she's going to ask me to come live with her again, and I'm just going to say no. I think I'm such a wreck.
You know, you could just cancel your reservation and think it over one more day.
No, I think... But this one's right.
And how do you tell, Dorothy?
Well, you smell the tip of it. It's an old Sicilian method my mother taught me.
Oh, Dorothy, dear. The best way to tell if a melon is ripe is southern. You thump it.
Well, actually, Roomies, I have the best method, the farm method. It works every time.
I don't care. The minks can just sit there and we'll lose all our money. I don't care. Just don't mention Spanish fly to me ever again.
You're really touchy about these Spanish flies, aren't you? Oh, Blanche, what did the doctor say?
Say?
But
I think they're making...
what?
They're making a stove.
Let me see. Yep, they are. We're back in business.
Oh, please.
No, they are, Dorothy. They really are. And I don't know a thing about animals.
Well, they tell on the beach. Doesn't that sound like fun?
I get to go with you? I don't have to stay here and get gassed with the termites? Oh, Dorothy, you're such a good daughter.
Yeah, she'll get over it. And if she doesn't, who cares? We're going to meet first.
Not yet. He's only half done.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help but notice you from across the room. My friends and I would like to buy you ladies a drink.
Oh, well, no, thank you very much, but we really don't have much time.
Oh, this is Carl, and this is John.
We're all from Kenosha.
Yeah.
I know. Glorious, glorious. Jeffrey is a dream. It was even worth the guilt I felt over sticking Blanche with Stan. Incidentally, is she still speaking to me?
She's not home yet.
Oh, poor Blanche. When Stan is depressed, he is the second most boring man in the world.
Who's the first?
Stan when he's not depressed.
Instead of doing the right thing and awarding me the crown as the most beautiful girl in the county, they made me runner-up and awarded me Miss Congeniality instead. At that moment, I vowed to make that town pay for valuing my personality over my perfect body.
I hear that Vanna White has the same problem. About the funeral arrangements. We'd like something simple, tasteful, yet
Incredibly cheap.
Let's get down to brass handles. Ladies, I'd like to present to you the winner of the 1985 Crypt and Casket Design Award. Paris is...
With Mrs. Claxton in it.
Oh, Blanche, now you were dreaming.
I am telling you, this house is possessed by her spirit.
Morning.
Oh, Sophia, listen. Last night in the middle of the night, about 2 a.m, did you hear some awful, terrible, ghastly sounds?
Heard him, I made him. There's a reason they put expiration dates on cottage cheese. My kingdom...
Ma, give me a break. The dye gel's on the bottom shelf. What?
Well, haven't you already steamed it open or held it up to the light?
Well, please, Blanche, I have a lot of work to get done before lunch.
Well, please don't let little old ineffectual, insignificant me get between you and your work.
Thank you.
After all, I wouldn't want to come between your lips and Mr. Allen's behind.
But they're throwing it in your honor.
What?
Ma, I told you it was a secret.
Your secret, not mine.
Is this true?
Yes, it is.
And now that you feel like the dirt you wanted my daughter to eat, I think I'll go into the kitchen and have a nice hard candy.
To go out with him.
Did we just write one last farewell letter before he moves to Saskatchewan? And that's the end of Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton?
It was the first name that came to mind.
Isaac Newton was the first name that came to mind.
To the French Club. But you know, for the last 15 years, I've been asking myself, is that enough? And about a week ago, I answered myself with a big fat no.
Good for you, Isaac. It takes a special man to talk to himself like that.
Well, merci. That's French for thank you.
Don't be too tough on her. I mean, look how great you turned out.
Merci.
Isaac, would you get us some champagne?
Is that the stuff that's in the bottle or in the bowl? Well, never mind. I'll figure it out.
Listen, Rose, we have to talk to you.
I want to talk to you, too. Isaac is the shyest man I've ever met. He won't even have us.
We're the ones who wrote those letters, Rose, and we meant every word.
A terrific idea. Before we go home to spend Christmas with our families, why don't we have a little celebration right here? St. Olaf style.
No, I will not drink eggnog while wearing a cast iron brassiere.
We don't do that at Christmas. We do that at Easter.
Oh, Rose.
Do you like it?
Like it? Oh, honey, I love it. Oh, who wouldn't love a wooden brooch in the shape of a turkey's head?
Oh, no. No, that's a maple syrup spigot. You did?
No, I left an hour ago. What does it look like?
Look, can't the two of you at least say goodbye like civilized human beings? All right, that's it. I give up. Ma, goodbye. Angela, let's go. No, wait. I have something I want to say. When I was a little girl, there were two people.
We didn't care. We were just so crazy about each other that,
All right, I'll give you a point without a story, but just this once. If you really miss her, go tell her. Maybe she misses you, too.
I don't know, Blanche. What do you think?
I really miss her.
Oh, so do I. Let's go tell
But wait a
her.
minute, don't...
He's right about the outfit.
Oh, Dorothy, you don't understand. I've just never felt very comfortable around children, and they can sense it. I guess it's because I was never really a child myself. I mean, from the time I entered school, I always behaved like a mature young lady. Why, I was the only girl in the 5th grade whose boyfriend had a fake eye. Why does she keep crying like that?
oh, she probably just misses her mother. Needs to hear a feminine voice.
And what was I doing? My Ben Gazzara impersonation?
Why don't you let Blanche try it? You and I aren't having any luck.
Me? Oh, heavens, no. I don't know anything about that. No, I can't.
Afternoon. Sure, I can hold. Blanche, every time I turn around, you have the baby in your arms.
Dorothy, it's just amazing. Every time I pick her up, she stops fussing and goes right back to sleep.
Well, you shouldn't do that. The baby won't get used to sleeping alone.
Well, you never get used to sleeping alone. I haven't.
The first really wonderful guy I've met in a long time, and he turns out to have a more serious involvement.
With whom?
Pam Dauber. The church. Or at least he did until he met me.
You know, you take the religious aspect out of this, and it's really quite romantic. A man giving up everything for the woman he loves, kind of like the stew, dear.
Oh, Tony. Oh, Angela. Oh, boy, who is that woman?
Oh, this woman. Oh, she's my cleaning lady.
What?
You please. I know you don't owe it to me, and I'll leave if you really want me to, but I'm just asking for a minute to speak to you. Won't you just give me that?
Wonder how he's going to try and talk his way out of this one.
Doesn't matter. I know how he did it. I explained that to you when you were 12.
I can live with his apology. He's very sorry. He promised he'll never do it again. I don't want to end my marriage over this.
Well, I think you're making a big mistake, Kate.
Mom, Dennis is my husband, and if I can forgive him, then you should too.
Forgive him?
You've been tossing and turning all night. What's bothering you?
Nothing.
Don't you break a commandment in this room.
What commandment? Thou shalt not toss and turn?
No, thou shalt not lie.
That's not a commandment.
Really? That doesn't make it.
I told you I would pick up the cake.
Oh, I know, but back where I come from, most people won't eat store-bought.
Rose, where you come from, most people live in windmills and make love to polka music.
Stop it, Dorothy. You're making me homesick. We don't want to lose him.
Bye-bye. I better get to the office.
We're not done yet.
Couldn't it wait?
Well, no, it cannot wait. George, the kids are gone. You're never here. I have nothing to do anymore.
What do your friends do?
Shop, have lunch, some play golf, some have affairs.
Which ones are having affairs?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
George. Promise me one more thing.
What?
Promise me you'll never die.
Oh, that's great. I'll go tell him the good news. Oh, listen, I won't be able to get off work tomorrow. Can somebody else give baby his lunch?
Don't look at me. I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
Because what you two are doing is making me sick. Degrading yourself by living with a filthy animal. And for what? Money. It's humiliating. I don't want any part.
You said so.
Please, what does he know? He's not a real doctor. The man makes his living sticking thermometers up a cat's behind.
I don't know. He seemed pretty sure.
Honey, doctors can make mistakes too.
I still think we ought to send baby home.
Rose, do you realize how far away home is?
Hi, Dorothy.
Oh, Blanche, I am so glad you came back. Listen, I have to talk to you.
Well, honey, I have to talk to you too, and it's about the money.
That's exactly what I wanted to have each other. And I'll tell you the truth, when we had the money, we did crazy, ridiculous things. To be honest, I'm glad it's gone.
Girls, my cousin who took baby just sent us a letter.
Oh, please let there be cash in it. I can't stand being poor another day. Oh, I'm sorry.
Most colorful dust ball I've ever seen.
This is no dust bowl, Rose.
What do you think it is?
It's a rock. I think it may be some kind of charm.
It is. I learned it from my grandmother. You see, you put a specially painted rock beneath a person's bed to bring them around.
On rice?
Right, maybe she's a little lax in the housework.
She is more than a little lax. She's habitually late. She's broken quite a number of glasses, and she threw out People magazine before I had a chance to read it.
But, Dorothy, look at all the wonderful things that have happened since Marguerite started working here.
What's going on?
Listen, Ma, I want you to be especially nice to Marguerite.
Please, Dorothy, I wasn't brought up in a cave. Actually, I was brought up in a cave.
Listen, Ma, I am serious. You are not to ask her to lift a finger, and if there's anything you need...
You think maybe you could hold on to something else for a while, honey?
Oh, of course, honey, I'm sorry.
Meant like the armrest.
Look, girls, I found this big bolt in the aisle. What do you think it is?
He's the one who prescribed arch supports for Mussolini.
Must have really helped his lower back when they hung him by his heels.
Forget him. I'm talking about Bruno Bonifiglio. I take one look at him, and I have a hunch he's trouble. But nobody believes me. So what happened?
Election, and Blanche hates us.
No, I'm upset because they haven't rerun The Facts of Life Goes to Australia.
I wouldn't be surprised if Blanche never speaks to us again.
She'd certainly have every reason not to. We did a terrible thing not believing her. Rick Murdoch.
True. He had a twin brother.
Ah!
Hey, but I lied to my two best
Hi, Blanche. Hi, Ted. How was your date?
It's not over yet. What are you doing up?
I still can't sleep.
I don't want to seem insensitive, Rose, but that's your problem. Get out.
Blanche, that
Poor little Betty is a joy, but she's going to have to trim her mohawk if she wants to play Mary in the Christmas play.
Sounds like you need to unwind.
I think I need to retire.
Look, I know it's late, but could we go for a drink?
Sure, yeah, I'll settle for that.
Dorothy? What are you talking about?
Come on, Acapulco, the El Presidente. You're planning something big.
Well, yeah. I met this great-looking stewardess on the flight out here, and I asked her to go to Acapulco, and she could only go if I found a sitter for her 2 kids. Hey, I'd really appreciate it.
Is allowed to shave the woman's head and make her wear an itchy hat.
I hear Pakistan has the same penalty for jaywalking.
Swain.
Hi, Blanche.
Something wrong?
Because in spite of everything, you're still the best.
I think I'm going to cry.
No, honey, now don't do that. Your eyes will get all beady and your nose will swell up like Carl Malden.
Wait a minute. If you bought the ring back, how did you come up with the rest of the money?
So none of you.
None of us.
I have enough sketches of each one of you to make my sculpture. When I'm ready to begin, I will make my choice then.
Yeah, but when will we find out?
Only when the work is unveiled at my show. Now, I apologize, but this is how I must work. Now, ladies, I must bid you good day.
St. Olaf. I got work to do.
Oh, Ma, I moved some of your things into my room.
Why'd you do that?
Blanche's daughter arrives today. You're going to have to sleep with me.
Let me respond to that proposition the way your dates do. No thanks, I'll call you sometime.
Okay, girls. How do I... When I had a severe attack of writer's block, my head was devoid of all ideas and thoughts.
That happens to me a lot.
Do you write?
No. Why do you ask?
I'm a mother, I know these things.
Good night, Ma.
Good night.
What's that smell? Ma, Phil is not gay.
You mean you're gay? What, your friend Gina's having some sort of membership drive?
Ma.
Dorothy, I know you don't get many dates, but stick with what you know. At your age, it's very hard to break into something new.
Hard.
Salvador, if you want to fool around, take off your T-shirt. Hey, I have a chicklet here somewhere if you're fighting over a piece of gum.
Hi, Sophia. I didn't notice you there.
Well, I noticed you, and I noticed your hands all over my daughter.
Do you hear your daughter complaining?
I apologize, Sophia.
I'm sorry. Raymond, I just can't. My mother needs me here.
Dorothy, you are one hell of a daughter, but you're also a lousy girlfriend.
Sorry.
I think the best thing for you and me to do is not to see each other for a while. At least until your mother doesn't seem to need as much of your time.
You were a child.
Hey, we had comic books in Sicily. My favorite was Benito the Hood. He lived in the forest with his band of merry thugs. Benito was very popular.
You mean because he stole from the rich and gave to the poor?
I said Benito the Hood, not Benito the Idiot. He stole from everyone and kept it for himself.
Honey, we want you to come in off the ledge. We're worried about you.
There's nothing to worry about. I'm not going to jump. That would be crazy.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm going to fly.
You can't fly.
Mr. Terrific can do anything.
Of course you can, Mr. Terrific. Rose, don't argue with me.
Don't worry, it hardly shows at all. Anyway, at Sonia's wedding, of course, without flowers, they didn't know what to do. I discovered that she was actually on the hayride with little Lars, not big Lars. She yelled, "Whoa!" and jumped right off the wagon.
When she gets off the phone, we're going for lunch. I'm tired of listening to these lousy Mother's Day stories.
Sophia, don't you have a Mother's Day story?
I said I was tired of listening to lousy Mother's Day stories. I wouldn't mind telling a good one. Picture it, Brooklyn, 1957. The second Sunday in May. Dorothy had gone to pick up my mother, and I was getting the house ready.
But he thinks his hometown is pretty special.
I know I do. I'll never forget when I went back after many, many years. Everything was just as I remembered it. Garbage in the street, prostitutes in the doorways, a couple of guys hanging from their heels in the town square. Oh, I can't go on. Got a handkerchief?
The rebel. I wanted to see the world. That's why after high school I went to St. Gustav University to study Latin.
I didn't know you studied Latin.
First in my class. Orothy Day.
So, what did you think of the apartment?
Too many old people. All those hearing aids interfere with the cable TV. Huh.
You want a light thing?
Spill it, Ma.
I'm scared. I'll do anything you say.
Where is the jacket, Ma?
I gave it to the guy from the thrift shop.
You what?
Let's go. We've got to get down there before they sell it.
Big deal. It's only a
Your purse.
You just be careful, son. There is a long list of men who bear the scars of trying the wrong thing at the wrong time with me. Scars, I might add, that are not visible to the general public.
I thought you might have a piece of gum.
Oh.
Bless Ida Perkins every time he sat down to eat a baked potato.
When did you leave the home, Mrs. Perkins?
Oh, maybe a year now. I don't really keep track.
So what made you decide to leave?
Decide? Some things in life you never get to decide. Some things just happen. It's my late night at the counseling center.
Oh.
But what are you doing here? Blanche told me she was sending you out on a date.
Oh, she did.
Didn't it work out?
Well, let's just say Blanche has in her head what type is right for me, and she's way off.
I'll bet I could sit here for a minute and tell you what your type is. I'm good at this. Gosh, I'm...
Blanche. Maybe I ought to just leave you alone for a while.
Clayton Hollingsworth, you look me in the face and tell me you really are what you just said you are.
I think you heard me the first time, Blanche. It feels better being honest with you, too. And I'd hate to think that this is going to keep us from being friends.
Well, honey, of course it isn't. Oh, no, I'll get used to this. I will. Well, look at me already. I'm practically comfortable seeing you here. And it's all about Stanley.
Everything. Just everything. He has grown. He has changed. You should have seen the way he took over when Ma was sick. He was so commanding, so masterful, and yet so sensitive and so vulnerable. I know I couldn't have gotten through it without him.
Listen, Dorothy, you thought Sophia Rose. Some of his paintings are worth thousands of dollars. Oh, here. This is a dekimmel on this brochure for the exhibit.
I don't get it.
This kind of art does nothing for me.
But you have to open your mind to new perceptions. This is non-representational art. I work in... Damn, you're good. Well, it wasn't all up and down the Florida coast. It was only Fort Lauderdale during spring break.
Me the towel.
Oh, just hate that Sid LaBass.
Well, it's not Sid's fault. He told us patching the roof wouldn't work.
Listen, let's face it, we're going to have to find a way to come...
2 pounds. He's our best player. If Billy doesn't play, the team can't win.
Rose, rules were made for people like Billy. Little bodies don't like it when big bodies fall on them.
Which is why Raymond Burr never married.
We can't go through an entire dinner holding these hearts in front of us.
Dorothy's right. How will we cut our meat?
Well, look, either we do this or we don't do it. Now, what's it gonna be?
We go at the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2.
And what do you know? You ain't got my door. These boots are made for. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Trudy, you did a very cruel thing.
Okay. If I went too far, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe you ought to apologize to Dorothy. She's back in her bedroom. Dorothy, are you all right?
Go back. So that's where it ends? Well, that's neat, isn't it? You walk in here, borrow my friends for a while, and then start acting like a stupid jerk and waltz right out as if nothing ever happened.
Do you want an apology?
I want an explanation. Holly, I can't figure you out. You're smart.
My name isn't Sophia Pahawkins.
Excuse me.
hell is going on?
Well, a night of unbridled passion should take it out of you.
Who said anything about passion? I was tired from picking up beer cans from Stan's poker buddies.
I just cannot believe Lillian's only been here 24 hours.
I cannot believe that Ma thought she could handle her alone.
Perfect place for her.
Really?
Well, it's not as nice as Shady Pines, but the staff really seems to care, and the patients are happy.
Well, Rose, that is fantastic. And it won't cost any more than Sunny Pastures?
Well, that's the one little problem. Lillian's benefits won't quite cover the costs. She'll need another...
That was an expression, Sven.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I think Rose got the brains in that family. Listen, let's make a pact. If we decide to keep this house, we're going to limit the number of...
Sometimes life just isn't fair, kiddo.
I cannot talk about this anymore. I'm just going to call Yakamura and give him my decision.
Nothing.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
We'll see about that.
Look, Mrs.
Petrillo, I'm Dorothy's mother, and I want to know what's wrong with her. And don't tell me nothing because I know there's something wrong with her. Mothers know.
Look, Ma, I'll talk to you about it later.
Your daughter is fine, Mrs. Petrillo.
So, what are you doing here? You've seen everybody, nobody found anything wrong with you. And between their workups and mine, there are no more tests to run.
Yeah, but I know
Look, Mrs.
how
Borna, your main complaint is you're tired. I get tired, too. It's called getting old.
Dr. Budd, that's not what this is.
Where is it?
It's Dr. Budd, the neurologist I saw in New York, the one who told me I was just getting old and to go see a psychiatrist.
Dorothy, don't make a scene.
Order without me.
Doctor, the process. Oh, Becky. Honey, I think you are headed for trouble going off by yourself like this. No man is going to want to marry you with a baby.
Blanche, there are a lot of people who are single parents, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, look at me.
Can I fix you some breakfast, honey?
No, thanks. Oh, I just feel terrible. If I'm gonna spend the night tossing and turning, at least I want to wake up smelling like aftershave.
Ma, you're not going.
Why not?
I don't think you should be doing anything as strenuous as going to a sperm bank until you've had that checkup. Too bad.
All right, I'll go to the doctor, but this better be a great sperm bank.
So, I guess we're going?
Oh, I guess.
Sweetheart, I came as soon as I could.
Things got out of hand down at the dock. I'm fine.
Don't worry. I called Ken. He's parking the car.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Ken is going to save us. Everybody, did you hear that? We'll be out of here in no time. I'm gonna miss you.
Nonsense. I want you to take it back this second.
Jamie,
What?
you called me George.
Well, don't you think I would know if I had called you Jamie George? I mean George, Jamie. Oh, well, Jamie George. What's the difference?
There is a difference, Blanche.
That cheap toupee you're wearing retains heat.
Stanley, why are you here?
Michael and I made plans to see each other tonight. You know, a real father-son evening where we can rap and share our feelings and create good vibes.
I can dig it. Where are you taking him?
Had to.
Blanche, knowing that does not help. I am going crazy, wondering where he is. I mean, he could be sleeping under a pier for all I know, or in some flop house, or out on the street.
Michael Colt, he's staying with Stan.
Oh, God, it's even worse than I thought.
At least he can depend on one of his parents.
Look, I must be psychic. Stanley, why are you here?
We need to talk. Let's go in the kitchen.
What, is this private?
No, I'm hungry. You got any bagels? Hello, Rose.
Okay.
More around the eyes.
I'm blending, Enrique.
I want my public to trust me. Enrique Mas must have honest eyes. Try number 34. I heard Ted Koppel uses 34 around the eyes.
Hi, Big Daddy. I couldn't go home without telling you why I didn't come to your funeral. Same old reason. I was being selfish, thinking too much about how I was feeling instead of coming out here to pay my love and respects. You know...
What happened with the research and development deal?
Yeah, that was just me trying to get some extra cash to tide me through the holidays.
You mean you were going to cheat us?
Oh, sure, if you want to label everything.
Stan, how could you?
What did you want me to tell you, Dorothy? That I was broke? That I miscalculated the public taste? I thought I was going to go through the roof with my...
One April, Niels decided to breed Brunhilde. That's the pig, not the daughter. And he chose April because that's when pigs are at their most beautiful and desirable. Unfortunately, so was Fricka. So while Brunhilde and the pig were doing their thing, Fricka and the local...
I would have expected my three best friends to understand that I'm just not ready yet.
But Blanche, the doctor said you could do everything you did before.
That's all very well for him to say. The doctor's not me.
Blanche, what are you saying?
I've made a decision. Blanche Devereaux has given up sex.
Work.
You eat nothing but rice.
Good morning, ladies. Dorothy, a popsicle stick purse for you. Sophia, a popsicle stick potpourri box. And for you, Rose, 2 lovely popsicle stick earrings.
So, Blanche, how are we enjoying ourselves?
Was my father.
Get out.
What?
Get out of my house. I did not hear what you just said.
You're making too much of this.
No, I'm not. Ma, I'm putting my foot down. I don't like this new crowd, so from now on, I want you home at 11.
They're my friends and I like them.
I'm sorry, Ma. This is the way it's going to be as long as you're living with Doolittle look like a morphine addict.
There was a time in my life when I wanted to leave St. Olaf. I just didn't feel it was big enough for me. I had my eye on the Great White Way. So I went to St. Gustav, the city that never naps.
Jake, I don't want to make a fool out of myself.
Pussycat, you're never too old to make a fool of yourself. Those were your exact words when I told you I lost that money. Yeah. And you were right. I never felt so stupid. Of course, I would have felt a lot more stupid if it had been my money instead of yours.
Ma, what do you think I should do?
You let a plumber get away?
We don't need him.
Like hell. I'm going after him.
Come on, Dorothy, let's move this little beauty. Okay.
Oh, wait. No, honey, she won't budge. Oh, Rose, I don't think we're going to be...
Take me now, Lord.
No one expects trouble from a cow. The plan was we would drop these highly trained killer cows behind the enemy lines. It wasn't until they were airborne that we realized...
Was black enamel and played Stardust.
The theme from Bonanza.
Well, then, I guess we went through all...
Abby wants me to come over and help her get over her first day jitters. I know what you're thinking. She's too dependent on me. But I've decided it's better to be flattered than angry. And it's nice that she needs me. Besides, I have other friends who pay attention to me. Special friends. Friends like you.
I'll see you tomorrow, Blanche. Boy, this is really beginning to chafe.
Were you able to get him to bed?
No.
Rose still in the closet with the camera?
Yes.
Maybe you'll get him tomorrow.
No.
Girls, there are just shivers up my spine. His eyes could be on me right now. Oh, the tension's unbearable. Can you feel it?
Yes, I can. It's unbelievable. Where's the damn waiter?
Dorothy,
Lyle!
I hope I'm not intruding.
Not at all. What are you doing? Blanche, I know this is crazy, but I talked to him and I really think it is George. And I think you should talk to him too.
I'm scared.
Listen, if you need us, we'll be out on the lanai.
And miss this like hell we will.
Shady Pine.
Wait a minute. Is this one of those hidden video things? No? Sorry. Yeah, I think Special says it.
And the girls.
We heard what you were telling them, Blanche, and I am truly sorry you feel that way.
Will you tell me why you want to put yourself and Doug through this? You know how people can be.
And if my own sister can't accept our relationship, what chance would I have with anyone else, right?
Right. No. No, what I mean...
We get what you mean.
Blanche, we don't have to worry about what the world...
I wanted to wear something tonight that Dwayne's never seen me in.
Maybe you should try underwear.
Miles, I thought you were grading papers.
No, I wasn't. I lied.
Certainly is.
Oh, well, this is great. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a big shower and a beautiful wedding out on the lanai. It'll be wonderful.
You know, from here on in, I guess I'm going to have to get used to calling you Dorothy Zbornak.
Rose, you've always called me Dorothy. You're not helping, Rose.
Dorothy, what happened to the commitment he made the last time?
This one is different.
No, this one is not different. He'll hurt you again. A promise means nothing to this man. You'll give the ring back? That's my final word.
Oh, Rebecca, what a surprise.
Look at you. And you used to yell at me for wearing halter tops. Mama, I just got a job interview, and I really need you to babysit for Aurora.
And according to the elementary school paper, the show was a big hit.
They have their own newspaper? How cute. Read it, Dorothy.
I saw the play yesterday. It was good. It was called Henny Penny. The actors were good, especially Turkey Lurkey.
Awful. Awful. Nothing, huh? Well, I laughed when I thought you said it.
Hi, Ma. How are you? Winner-take-all contest where what's on the outside is considered more important than what's on the inside.
Lost the Little Miss St. Olaf pageant, did you?
23 years in a row. Once they picked Eileen because Miles can love me in a way that he can't right now.
There you go, Rose.
That must be Miles. I told him to come over so I could explain.
You said you wanted to see me?
Yes. Try it now with Dorothy. Dorothy, Boborthy, Brana, Fana, Foborthy, Fee, Phi, Momorthy.
Get out, Rose. upstairs. And is it such a leap of faith to believe that Ma was in the white light? Why am I making it such a crusade not to believe either one of them? What, am I just an ostrich with its head in the ground?
But so incredibly stupid. Do you know what it's like to feel this stupid? Well, I probably should go now. I've bothered you enough. It's a bosun's not all right.
Now, for my encore, the Star of David.
Whoa! Hey! It's Dorothy!
Dorothy, glad to see you. You were the one who told me to get a life.
Well, I didn't mean mine. I didn't know you were going to come in here and just take my place away from me. I would never do that to you, Dorothy. Do you see me going down to sing at the library? Well, do you?
Blanche, I'm sorry. Full and calls for a toast. To Miles and Rose and poor, lonely Blanche.
I am so excited. I'm going to have an old-fashioned St. Olaf wedding. Dorothy, you're my best friend. Will you be my maid of honor?
Sophia, I don't believe this.
What's wrong, Blanche?
It's Derek. He's gone. What's more, nobody here has seen him or even knows him. And what's worse, I think maybe he stole my necklace. Can it be that his sweet words meant nothing? That he was just after my jewelry?
Blanche.
Technically, what I was doing, a tossed salad could outwit you, Rose.
Well, all right, ma'am. If you say you know this fella, then I guess it's all right. You have a good night.
Well, Derek?
Darling, I can explain.
A tossed salad can outwit me. Will someone please tell me what that's supposed to mean?
The doctor's coming out to talk to me in a few minutes. I don't understand how this can be happening. My mother was the healthiest person I knew. You know, ever since she moved in with you guys, I don't understand what her life is like anymore. She's always out with the girls, and there's always these weird things. Like, one time I pulled into your driveway.